One company which has come out with outstanding numbers, and that's DB Corp, the company which owns 7 newspapers, Dainik Bhaskar, the entire range of magazines and newspapers, and they've had more than 66% profit growth. Sorry, 62% profit growth, and a net and sales growth of almost 20%. Mr. Girish Agarwaal, Director of DB Corp, joins me right now. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Agarwaal. How did you manage this? I'm going to first ask you about the profit growth.
Okay, so as you know, last year we were running a yield agenda and there was some depressed volumes for us. So this time our team really worked hard to convince advertisers to ensure that they come back with us and they give us a higher volume. So the large chunk of growth of this 21% has come from the volume. Also, I must mention that there has been some improvement at the ground level also. We see in terms of real estate, where in terms of automobile, in terms of government advertising. So there's been some growth traction in the market that also helping us.
And which geography is doing the best right now? And you've got many additions now.
Rajasthan, yeah. So out of our various states, Rajasthan, Gujarat has performed the best. Madhya Pradesh anyway is our home turf, so that's market always perform better for us. But apart from that, even the smaller markets of Haryana, Punjab also has really contributed to the overall growth.
And what about the FM radio station that you are running?
Yeah, on that also currently, as you know, we run around 17 stations and we have a growth of 30% in the advertising over there. We have also acquired 13 more stations over there, and which we are going to roll out starting August, and next 6 to 9 months we roll out all those 13 stations again. And we hope that the margin should stay robust there also.
And these are EBITDA margins. Is it profitable on a PAT basis as well, the FM business?
Yes. Yes, FM is profitable there also on the PAT basis.
Okay, now I want to understand the PAT because obviously your net margins have expanded. You've got this 60% growth in profit. How has that happened? Has it been lower input costs? Has newsprint costs gone down? Is it lower personnel cost, distribution cost? How did you manage it?
See, as if you see the numbers, you'll realize that our newsprint price per se has gone up only by 1%. Newsprint cost overall has gone up by around 7% for the print business. And out of that, around 5% is from the circulation growth, which is a very good thing to happen. And around 3% for higher pagination, because we have more number of pages because of higher volume publishing this time. So cost has been largely under control. So whatever the growth came as a top line growth, a large chunk of that straight away came down to the EBITDA. Okay. And that's how you see a bigger EBITDA margin, say 32%, and also because of the PAT.
In terms of the, one would imagine that one of the big part of the media business is salaries, right? What kind of salary growth have you have you taken in this quarter? Because I'm assuming this is the salary growth would have come in this quarter.
We have a manpower cost. Yes. So we have a total around 17% as the personnel cost of our total number, but if you look at the overall around 22%, and the growth is around 11% in that compared to last year, which is a growth which we gave it to our people.
Is there what is the newsprint? What are global newsprint prices looking like? Is that have they bottomed out? Should we prepare for slight pressures from newsprint?
Yeah, true. See, the newsprint price internationally has kind of bottomed down. So in fact, we were expecting in the going forward quarter, there would be a couple of percentage increase coming in that.
All right, couple of percentage increase in newsprint, the cost, direct newsprint cost. Now, and to that we'll have to add the pagination and volume growth cost as well, right? Of course, any volume growth is
exactly.
Your margins would increase. In terms of industry segments from where you're getting the maximum advertising revenue, could you give us a sense where you did mention auto and real estate, but where do you see more growth coming in the next few quarters?
Yeah. See, frankly speaking, it depends on the quarter to quarter, because Q1, for example, is a heavy education month.
Yeah.
You know, April, May, June. We hope that in the next quarter number 2 and the quarter 3, the automobile, some of the real estate, and also the lifestyle category should do a better job going forward. And again, back in Q3 and Q4, the education will come back again. So I think in India, as you know, most of the business is
would
very
also be
seasonal.
part of the
so depending on the good monsoon, depending on the festival, yeah, October is the Diwali this year, so it will be Q2 and Q3 put together as a festival.
All right. In terms of academic, as you said, the education advertising, does it still have a lot of Rajasthan focus in your overall business?
Not exactly. Their clients may be based out of Rajasthan. I think you're referring to Kota.
Yeah.
So they are based out of Rajasthan, but they do get the clientele all over from all over the country. So they advertise with us all over the country.
So is there any change in the way in which you do sales and marketing? And let's say in terms of you have so many editions, cross editions, different different products out there. Do you sell as a bulk, as a package, and does that work out to be cheaper for the advertisers?
So we do multiple approach in the market. We also do sell as a bulk. We also sell individual, depending on the market requirement, depending on the client's requirement, depending on the flavor of that month. We decide how to go and pitch ourselves to the client.
You know, many years ago, I was speaking to one of your senior, management people, and he was telling me that how there is a focus on local advertising, that each of your editions has a lot of focus on getting local advertising. Then there was a bit of a blip post, I would say post 2010-11, a bit of a drop off from that local space, because I understand a lot of IT education companies were giving, and that kind of disappeared for a while. Has that recovered?
Yes, very much. Out of my total revenue, 66% comes from the retail advertising. So we have 66% of our business come from the local. So that's a big number. And we as a company are very much focused on the local. We do a lot of innovations with them. We deal with almost 5 lakh clients in those markets, and we service them. We become their agency, we become their guide, we become their advisor, and help them to grow furthermore.
And how much from state governments and center, as in government advertising?
Overall, government contributes around 10% to our total kitty.
All right, and these are on the DAVP rates or something like that. And do you command a premium there?
Yeah, unfortunately. No, unfortunately, government doesn't give any premium to anybody.
All right. Okay, Mr. Agarwal. Thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure talking to you. And congratulations on those very stellar set of numbers again. We're going to take a very short break, and after